All right, so we're going to move on to the next segment here. We're going to pivot over here to the world of boxing, and I'll be sharing my thoughts on a hypothetical fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. So nothing is set in stone for this fight. I mean, we see the two respective fighters tweeting back and forth at each other on Twitter/X, teasing a future fight that could happen one day in the sport of boxing. So I think the future fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez could happen as early as 2026. I think we're on a collision course for both of these respective fighters to eventually fight each other. Both have been world champions in several different weight classes. Both are in the prime of their careers, haven't even cracked their 30s yet. In my opinion, both of them are top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in the sport of boxing today. That's how great Shakur Stevenson has been this early in his boxing career, and that's how great Teofimo Lopez has been in his boxing career thus far. But these are two young, talented stars that always have had intentions of fighting the best of the best. And if Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez ever shared the ring with each other, styles makes fights, I think that would be an incredible fight for boxing fans that love technicians when they get in the ring with each other. I mean, Shakur Stevenson's style, fighting wise, it would be interesting to see how he would match up against Teofimo Lopez, fighting a different angles, different lateral movements. He is a great defensive fighter, great defensive skills. I think he's the best defensive fighter that we've seen since Floyd Mayweather has retired from the sport. Technical style, great boxing IQ. But then when you look at Teofimo Lopez, he has that dangerous right hand that he possesses offensively. Would that be able to get into the inside of Shakur Stevenson, how he sets up shop defensively? Able to land in the pocket against Shakur Stevenson, would he find success? Teofimo Lopez is a great counter puncher, great at landing punches and flurries. I think this would be a great fight to set up between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez in early part of 2026. Now, obviously, Shakur would have to move up to 140 to fight Teofimo Lopez because Teo has not fought at 135 for the last, actually, I want to say the last 4 years, I think. Yeah, the last 4 years, because the last time Teofimo fought at 135 was when he got upset by George Kambosos, which is crazy to think about still to this day. But is this fight set to happen? No, like I just said. But I do believe this could be a fight that His Excellence Turki Al-Sheikh would be interested in making in 2026. Turki always wants to have the best of the best, entertain boxing fans around the world. He is I think he is the best promoter in boxing today, based off of everything that he's done. I mean, I know he's got money to throw around, just make these big fights happen, but he has the love to make these big time fights happen and to work with several different fighters with several different characters. Shakur, we know he always wants to fight the best of the best. Even someone like Teofimo Lopez that will criticize African Americans and call them monkeys, and you know, the way he wants to advertise to fight the likes of Terrence Crawford or Gervonta Davis. It's the truth about Teo. He always comes after the African Americans to call them monkeys or say something to make the media talk about him. But he's a different character. I respect his boxing skills, but the way he tries to promote boxing fights, not a fan of it. But Turki would clearly like to make this fight happen between Shakur and Teofimo. Clearly, Shakur wants to fight the best of the best. He wants to be known as the all-time great. Like I just mentioned, he's already a 3-division world champion this early in his boxing career. Has been a world champion at featherweight, the super featherweight division, lightweight, and he would have to move up the super lightweight on 140 to try to take Teofimo Lopez's WBO title that he has. And he holds the Ring Magazine title at 140. So that would be something special to see if Shakur could become a 4-division world champion this early in his boxing career before he even touches the age of 30 years of age. But then Teofimo has also proven why it could be something that could affect his legacy as well. Teo has always proven in the past that he is willing to fight the best of the best. 2-division world champion, former unified champion at 135 pounds, and is the WBO and Ring Magazine champion at 140. He has fought the best of the best. You look at that fight that he had against Vasily Lomachenko in 2020. Lomachenko, to a lot of people, he was viewed as the best fighter in the world at that time. Definitely the best fighter at 135 at the time. Teo defeated him. Then you look at 140. Josh Taylor was the man once upon a time at 140. Former undisputed champion, and he gave up his belts because he didn't want to keep paying the sanctioned body fees. That's a different topic for a different day for politics and boxing. But Josh Taylor was the man at 140, and Teofimo Lopez a few summers ago defeated him with ease. So these guys are willing to fight the best of the best to surpass their peers and be known as a pound-for-pound great in the sport. But the problem is, how much of the words would I trust of these fighters? How many tweets would I trust out of these fighters to make this fight actually happen in 2026? Because there's a lot that would need to happen. One, Shakur is still signed with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. We know that Teofimo Lopez is still doing business with Bob Arum and Top Rank. But I think Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum will be able to work it out. They're pretty professional promoters that have worked with the best fighters in the world. And I think working together-wise, it wouldn't be bad. Plus, Top Rank is still looking for... They're still looking for a platform to display their fights. Because remember, Top Rank's ESPN contract is officially up. So they're still looking to put their platform and their fighters on their brand on a different platform and their fighters to fight on a different platform. So I think this all comes down, evidently, if they want it to happen, to Teofimo Lopez. I know Eddie Hearn already come out the mouth and say it could happen. But Teofimo, it all come down to him because if you guys remember, yesterday was August 16th, and that was actually the original date that Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez were actually supposed to fight each other in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. That didn't happen because Teo didn't want any intentions of fighting Devin Haney. There was also rumblings before Jaron Ennis officially moved up to 154 that Teo could possibly move up the welterweight division to fight Jaron Ennis in a unified championship fight. That didn't happen. So I think word of mouth, I think it comes down to how serious Teofimo would be about making this fight happen, because I think Shakur has the cojones and the balls to make this happen. But I think Teo does too. It's just his style of business is not recommended for superstar or wannabe superstar in the sport. But Shakur is, it's not just Teo also. I think it comes down to Teo and what Shakur evidently wants all along, because Shakur is still a WBC champion at the lightweight division, and there could be some big time fights that he could get when he gets back to the ring. I'm still not counting out a big fight where Gervonta Davis. I think if Turki Al-Sheikh could be a part of that, that'd be a massive fight with a big payday for both. So I think that's still a possibility. There's still Floyd Schofield, who was supposed to fight earlier in the year, but we know what happened with him, how he pulled out of the card in Saudi Arabia in February. Lamar Roach is still looking for a fight if he doesn't get the Tank rematch. So would he be comfortable with ditching these plans at 135 to move up to 140 to fight Teofimo Lopez? We don't know. But that's why I said, hypothetically, this would be a fight that a lot of boxing fans would love to see between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, two boxing technicians that are experts at their craft. Again, in my opinion, top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. I would love to see it, but those are my thoughts on a future fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez.